All right, so here we are with the Sons of Anarchy season finale, episode 414 to be Act 2. And I enjoyed it a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the show. I mean, it starts off with a big surprise twist, and I thought the show really kind of stepped up its game, both this episode and this season in general. Um, I saw a review from a critic named Alan Sepinwall before I hit record here, and he was like really upset with the Suns. Just he felt the whole season was building up to a certain point, and then everything gets discarded with this really neat, uh, too neat twist, and like all the storylines that were built up with Juice, with the Feds, with Clay, with Jax wanting to leave, Clay having to be killed. He's like, well, that all just got like thrown away with one, really easy twist. And yeah, I could see that, and I do think that the twist is like really super convenient. There were really small things that like maybe hinted at it, but honestly, I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. I mean, all my predictions from last week were completely wrong. I was like, Clay's gonna die, which would be losing a big part of the show, but it just seemed to me like he had to die. There was no way to stop it, except for how they did here. And I thought that the Mexicans like Danny Trejo and sorry, I always call him Aceveda. I don't know what his real name is. I thought that they figured that the Suns weren't worth the trouble and whatnot, and so they were gonna like go against the Suns. But no, apparently not. Apparently they're CIA, and they need the Suns to work with them so they could bring down the Irish. And yeah, really convenient, and it does like kind of end everything. But if you're gonna extend this series, this is my thing. I was like, man, how do they extend this series past like maybe 5 seasons at most? Like they could have basically ended it right here. They could have ended the show. But if you're gonna extend it, it's an interesting way to extend it because yeah, it would have been nice to see Clay get killed, but then where's the show go from there? It has to completely reset. Here, it kind of still gets to stick to its like Hamlet structure, and it still is kind of satisfying, though. Like the moment between Jax and Clay, where Jax is like, you're done telling me anything. I tell you. Like that was very satisfying, and the little trickle of blood, and just like uh, Clay basically eating shit. Like I thought it worked. Like yeah, you didn't get the big kill, but the thing is now it's kind of satisfying in that they get to stretch out this hatred between them and this rivalry, and I think it'll be really similar to how they stretched out the inevitable between Shane and Vic in the Shield. Now that didn't end exactly how you thought it would. It ended much more disturbing and depressing and very crazy. But maybe they could do something like that here. But I think it's going to be cool to have this tension between Clay and Jax now, where you know Jax knows everything, and Clay's his little bitch. And if you don't like it, you could suck a dick. And I don't think Clay's going to stand for that. And I think Gemma will slowly start to feel bad for Clay, and then it kind of resets and stuff. And then there will be other stuff going on, like that apparently the stuff with the Niners that will be like their big enemy most likely for next season. But I really like the way they're gonna extend the stuff between Clay and Jax. I think it'll be very satisfying and very fun. I mean, seeing what they did with the Shield, I have to imagine it'll be great. And I don't know if Kurt Sutter was still writing for the Shield at that point, but I think he was. I know the Suns started before the Shield ended. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Somebody let me know. But you could see, the Shield's influence in this show. You could tell is the same, some of the same creative talent. I don't think this is as good as the Shield, but yeah, and that was really cool. Juice is in the prison, and I think it was the black cop guy walks in. He's like he's sitting there watching the Shield. It looks like it was near the end of the Shield too, because I kind of remember Kathy Ryan's hair being like that, and like Vic's going, "You want me to go to jail?" It was just cool that little reference in there to the Shield, little throwback. Um, what else? I was like marking things as I was watching it. I mean, obviously the big twist at the beginning. Um, I thought it was weird, like the stuff with the district attorney guy, the weird fucking dude, the black guy cop guy even calls him weird dude. He's like, "You're one weird dude, you know that?" And he's like, I know. He's like, but it serves a purpose. You see, I don't really like people, and I was like trying to think what he meant by that, but like maybe he's so like weird and even tempered like that because if he actually like let how much he hated people take over, he'd be a fucking maniac. I think that's what he meant by it. I mean, I'd love to hear people chime in on that because I thought that was a really interesting line in the episode. And then when he walks in and spoils like the mayor's like hearing or whatever on Charming Heights, and he just dumps all these sex toys on the table, including like a sex doll of a little boy. He's like, I just think people should know. Feel free to discuss or something and explore. And he looks at the doll. That guy, I don't know the name of the actor that was playing him, but he was fucking great. I really enjoyed him this season. Like I don't think he was developed enough, but like there was it's just a really different like antagonist to have in there. Just a really weird dude. But then he's walking out and the mayor walks up, he's like, "Why are you doing this?" He's like, "It's simple. Because I don't like you." And the good guy does deserve a win. I like that line. I thought there was a lot good in this. I thought Charlie Hunnam, Jax, was awesome in it. He gave a really good performance in this episode. From the scene where he's telling Tara that he has to stay, and he's sorry, and he's crying and stuff. And Tara is really fucking weird. I'll get to her in a minute probably, but and then the scene with him confronting Clay was fucking awesome. Like he was super badass in that scene with Clay. It's like that's about as satisfying as I could have got without him killing him. And the scene where he takes the gavel, he takes his seat at the table, and he's like looking all fucking, I own the shit now. I mean, yeah, it was a neat twist. It does throw away certain things, like the shit with Juice. It's like, if we went through all that stuff with Juice, it was cool to get to see. I think his name is Theo Rossi, like show his chops. But all right, that storyline went absolutely nowhere. It's like that didn't happen now. Like, could they bring it back somehow? Maybe. They brought back most shit in the Shield, but um, yeah. And then Tara, man, is she like fucking Ophelia in this? Like, what is with her, man? She's seeming a little fucking nuts. I understand she wants to leave. I understand she doesn't like this life. She wants to leave with Jax. I get that, but why do you have to be so fucking weird about it? And then she comes in all fucking weird at the meeting. I'm staying with you, and she like stands behind him. Like I was like, what the? And then like her and Katie Seagal, like Gemma, like give this evil stare to each other at the end of the season. I was like, dude, I think it's gonna go down to Jane or Clay and Gemma getting back together, and then they're gonna have to square off again in the end. And I think Clay and Gemma are gonna lose. But as far as like setting it to 7 seasons, I could almost see it now. That gives it like 3 more seasons, and it seems like there's enough stuff. Like you could have next season about you know them doing a deal with the CIA, which they're gonna have to stretch out a bit. I think maybe for the last couple seasons, and then also the shit with the Niners because fucking what's his name, Tig had to be a dumbass. But I don't know. I had fun with it, man. Like I thought this season was the best. I thought it really like it took a crazy turn here, kind of out of left field at the end. But I thought like the show has really stepped up its game in general. Like this was my favorite season of it. Yeah, it sucks that like a lot of things like just ended really quickly here because of that twist. But if it goes good places from here, that's fine. Like I said, I think the stuff with Jackson Clay is gonna be really fun, really reminiscent of what happened with Vic and Shane in the Shield over the last 2 seasons. So overall, I really enjoyed it. I want to hear what everyone thinks, and yeah, what's up with the assistant district attorney weird dude? What's up with him? I don't know. What do you guys think of him? I don't know. I want to hear everyone's thoughts on it, but I generally enjoyed it. Like I said, I think this is the best season of the show, and I'm more excited now to see the next episode, whenever it is, than I was to see the like my excitement level to see the season 4 premiere was probably like a 4 out of 10. My excitement level to see the season 5 premiere now is probably like more like an 8. So I think the show really turned around after a really shitty third season. So that's my thoughts. Thanks for watching. Yada yada.